Good morning. we got almost 1 minute, less than 1 minute, but we still have a little bit of time, guys. So remember, stay to the positive side of things more than anything else for me. And I don't know. I need a timer. Yes, no cussing and no smoking in the box when you're chatting. They said not to have that. That guy from last week did that, and that was one of the things. All right, you guys, welcome to Lessons Learned. I'm Lily. I will be hosting the show today. We have two amazing guests. We have Donnie, who will be going first very soon, and then we have Vampy. She will be hopping on second. I like to give people about 5 or so minutes to hop in before we get things going. So if you guys have questions or any of that stuff, you're more than welcome to type them into the comments below, and I will answer if I can. We stay on the positive side. We are positive vibes only over here, so please be respectful, especially to my guests. What's the music of life? The ocean. I love the meaning of life. I don't know, to me, music was like more of a, I like listening to the ocean. Like if earth was to give me something I had to listen to every day, it'd definitely be the ocean. But the meaning of life, that I can't answer. To be happy. But we've got two powerful messages today, you guys. I'm excited. I know that Donnie usually gets on and he's got some pretty powerful messages when you're just in his stream regularly. So Emoji J, you're silly. So yeah, Emoji J asked, he's the one that asked, what is the music of life? But I think he meant, what is the meaning of life? Fam wants to know, how do I find the fountain of middle age? I found it and I want to go back. You don't want to be here. Keep going. If you find the fountain of something, go to the fountain of youth. All right. Let me see here. What do I want to start with? I should have done this before. I want to say, you guys, welcome to Lessons Learned. I am Lily. I will be hosting the show today. I have two amazing guests with two very powerful messages. I'm excited for you guys to be here and to get to share these messages with us. I am about to ask you guys a question. It's actually from a game, but it gives you a quote and then it asks a question. And you guys go ahead and type your comments in the answer, and we will... There you go. Knowing what you cannot do is more important than knowing what you can do. In fact, that's good taste. What are you absolutely terrible at? What are you terrible at? For me, it actually kind of goes into one of our topics today. I'm a bad loser, that's for sure. But I think I'm most terrible at forgiving people. I struggle to forgive people for what they did, which in turn allows them to take space in my head unnecessarily until I decide that it's time to just face facts, you know? That's more on the serious side of things. Shed Goddess says she's terrible at math. Shetty, spreading yourself thin. I think that's most of us adults, right? Algebra, fam says algebra. I'm done with algebra. Shed's terrible at saying no. Yeah, that's something else that I'm terrible at. Which one, Niner? Which one? Niner says good answer. I'm curious to see which one he was talking about. You guys, welcome on to the show. I'm Silly Lilly. I'm hosting Lessons Learned here. We have Top Badge Donnie today, along with Vampy. They have two powerful messages for us today, and I'm really excited to get started with that. I just got done asking a question. Here's the quote first. Knowing what you cannot do is more important than knowing what you can do. In fact, that's good taste. What are you absolutely terrible at? 9 are forgiving is difficult. Yeah, that's definitely not something that comes naturally, I guess. It's like a baby step process. Jake from State Farm says he's kick butt at algebra. Tay, hello, welcome to Lessons Learned. All right, so we've got about 1 or 2 minutes. We'll have Donnie hop in the box. We're gonna have him jump right into his story. So I'm really excited to hear it. So Jake from State Farm, I had said that I'm really terrible at forgiving people. I have a really hard time with forgiveness, I guess, just in general. I mean, it's getting better as I get older, but oh man, I held some grudges for so long. It's been rough, but Shetty says forgiveness is you guys are silly. Okay, so I'm gonna do one more little question here. And where did it go? Okay, here's another one just to kind of get our brains a little more, just confuse our brains a little more. So we choose to go to the moon in this decade and do the other things, not because we choose to go to the moon in this decade and do the other things, not because they were easy, but because they are hard. That was from John F. Kennedy. And then the question is, what is the one thing you thought would be hard to do, but is actually easy? What is something you're really afraid to try and you did it and you're like, God, I can't believe I waited this long to try this? For me, it's making sushi. I'm not even gonna lie, hands down right now, that's been my biggest accomplishment. Is making my own sushi. Fam says going hunting. Emoji J says sushi is easy for him. Sorry, you guys. I really apologize. The kids still can't understand 10 to 11 is the only time you can't call my phone. So I'm sorry. No, actually just making the sushi, Jake, is something I couldn't do. Oh my goodness. Emoji J, I'm starting to think the kids do this on purpose because they don't understand what I do. So, all right. So that being said, Donnie, whenever you're ready, just hit that plus button and we're gonna get started with your story, love. So nobody else says anything that they attempted. Okay, oh, there might. Here's Donnie. Here we go. All right. Hi.
Good morning.
How are you, dear?
I'm good, thank you. I'm good. Good morning, everyone. So, I guess Jay knows most of me, and I think Carmen, if she's still in here, knows most of me too. But I'm gonna talk about being abused mentally and physically. What have I gained from that? And hopefully that will help people understand and get a better knowing of who and what I am. So my name is Donnie, and I've been on the app for just over 4 years. I've been live streaming for almost three. Coming on the 13th will be 3 years. My sole purpose on this app is to help people, especially with experiences that I have in my life. And if I can quickly sum that up very shortly, I'm not going to explain too much, a lot about it. I know what it feels like to be actually paralyzed in my lower body for over 3 years. I know what it feels like to be able to walk again without any surgery. Um, Throughout my whole school career, I've been literally mentally and physically abused. People always thought they could walk over me, and kind of my fault too, in a way, because I kind of let that happen. I'm not a violent person. I don't um, just raise my hands for anyone. I don't just, um, sometimes words can hurt more than a fist. Um, but being through abuse in school, come out of school in the workplace, the same, pretty much the same thing. Um, was in two marriages without kids. Where the first marriage was full blood alcoholic. Um, and to kind of summarize, the abuse there was constantly being attacked with sharp objects, bricks, you name it. Literally just coming off work. Um, One morning I went off work and I got home and I went to bed and woke up 2 days later in the hospital, coming to find out that she wrapped a telephone cord around my neck. And because of jealousy, um, I know what it feels like to be homeless. Been homeless for nearly 8 months in South Africa. That's where I'm originally from. I had the opportunity of coming to America and thought it was a good new change. Start a new, fresh life. Came over here, and I was here for a while, and I got involved with the lady, and we eventually got married. No kids again. Uh, Come to find out that later on in the marriage that she was bipolar schizophrenia. Um, Also the jealous type, half Indian, half white, and I'm not being racist when I say this. Um, well, almost 6 years ago, I went home because I worked away from home, and I decided I was going to surprise her for the weekend, and I went home, and everything went well, and um, I don't know, something happened. I went to bed, and that night, and I don't wake up 2.5 weeks later in ICU. She went with the frying pan after me while I was sleeping. Come to find out, she was intoxicated and all. Um, and it was constant abuse in this relationship. Constant abuse, verbally, mentally, physical abuse. I'm just that type of person that I will not lift my hands for a lady, because that's a promise I made to my granddad that passed away 12 years ago. And so, guys, um, even on the app, I've been through some abuse where people came into my stream and said how they want to have sexual relationship with my mom and have me watch. And this is after my mom passed away, and this person knew me very well. That abuse went on for about 2 months, and I can tell you guys what I've learned from this experience is that no matter how you look at it, you gotta be always positive. Yes, they're trying to get to you in such a way where they want you to go, like we use the expression, go sit in a corner and cry. But if you really think about it, these people that keep on doing it is people that has a problem. They have a personal problem. So what better way to take it out on somebody else and see if they can, how many people they can bring down with them, because that makes them happy. the life experience that I've learned from all of this is to take anything that happened, all this abuse and physical, mental abuse that I've been going through, took something, and I really just took something positive out of every situation. And this is what I said to myself: I know I'm better than that. And knowing that, and with also why I am the Dolphin Fam on you, is um, the dolphin has always been my inspiration. If you really go look and see the history behind dolphins, they're always in a school. They're always in a farm. They stand together no matter what they do. They're always together, and that's why I chose the dolphin when I was paralyzed as my mentor. And I'll tell you guys what. Anytime I grab or just look at a picture of a dolphin, it gives me hope. It gives me the satisfaction that I know that I'm better than these people when they come with the abuse, whether it's verbally, mentally, physically, it doesn't matter. Let them come, because I know in my heart that the dolphin is there to protect me. And obviously, don't forget the person upstairs, because he's the ultimate person that always protects us, right? Um, but I've just learned to keep a positive attitude, a positive mind to every situation that comes across. And that's kind of the way that I want to, produce myself on the app, and what have been, of because of the positive vibes. Don't do drama, don't distribute in drama. Because the minute you start interacting with these people, you giving them more ammunition. So they're going to keep on doing that. They're going to keep on doing that, keep on doing that until you crack down. But if you don't crack down and you avoid them, then they lose. So what's going to happen? They're going to move on to somebody else. So always keep a positive mind when it comes to verbal, mental, physical abuse. You can do so much more than starting to interact with them. Kill them with kindness if you have to. If you do want to interact with them, kill them with kindness. It might not work. Sometimes, in most cases, it does work, because they're gonna see that you are better than them, for one. So they know they're not gonna get through to you. So what's gonna happen? They'll just move away and they'll move to somebody else.
Right.
Hopefully, they don't crack anybody else though.
Right.
So that's pretty much in a nutshell what I wanted to talk about abuse, because abuse is a strong thing. I don't care how you look at it. Kids gets abused, women gets abused, males gets abused. Abuse is everywhere. And people are so afraid when it comes to the word abuse that they literally don't know what to do. And my advice is stay positive. Always keep a positive attitude when you do go through some of this. And just remember one thing: God never puts something in your path if he doesn't know that you can handle it.
I like to remind myself every single time I'm facing something that I find extremely difficult, that no matter how tough of a battle any one of us have faced, if we're here today, we're still 100% successful. We've still won and fought and beat every battle that we faced. And
Exactly.
that definitely keeps me going through a lot. I guess something that makes me a little curious is what type of self-love, like what does self-love look like for you? Like what do you do for yourself to remind yourself that to stay positive and to keep the positive outlook, I guess?
Every day that you wake up is a blessing. You should see every day as a blessing. Just being able to wake up and actually breathe. A lot of people forget about that when they wake up and say, "Oh, what a wonderful morning." Yeah, they wake up and they either got a headache or they don't feel good. But you should still, above that, you should still say, "Hey, I'm breathing. I could open my eyes today. It's another day." Every day is a new day. You don't know what that day is going to bring you. But just just waking up right there and realize that you have another day on earth should be a blessing for you. That should be another positive attitude to have, and know that you still have a purpose on here. Whether, God, whether you go to work and you just say hi to someone. Someone might have had a bad day coming to work, or whatever the case may be, or you have a vacation, or you're just walking by someone, you just say good morning, or good afternoon, or good evening. It tells a lot, and it makes you feel better as a person. You might not always get a response that you want, but at the end of the day, you've made that first step. Don't be afraid to take that first step. We are so used to living like the expression say, we live in a box, and we are too scared to even peek outside the box to see what's outside. Don't be, because if you don't, you're not going to be able to see what's outside, and you're not going to be able to make yourself grow as a person.
Right. So somebody that's maybe stuck in an abusive relationship, or they're stuck in like an abusive situation, what's the best advice you can give them to help them with their first step to get out of that? I guess
I would say if the person is approachable, try and approach it. Like in my one relationship that I had, I offered as much help as I could, in the sense of maybe going for uh, get some help, talk to someone. I went as far as to get the priest involved. I went and did different things to make this person more valuable, make them appreciate themselves even more, and make them feel that they are appreciated. But there's also this expression that you can bring a horse to the water, but you sure as hell cannot make them drink, right? So when it comes to a point where you just can't go any further, then it's better to just move on, get out of it as soon as you can, and move on. And by moving on, coming out of so much abuse that I've been through too, as well in my own life, it leaves a scar. It leaves a deep, deep, deep scar in your life, and you still gotta find a way. And it took me a while. It took me a while to find a way to just be able to not think about it on a constant basis. And I'm sorry if I get a little bit emotional, but it hurts you. It really hurts you in the long run, and you tend to doubt people and not trust people because of that, because you think that the next one is going to do the exact same thing, no matter what you do or what you say. But in reality, you can't really do that, because every book that you've written in your life should be able to be closed and just burned. Don't even put it on the shelf, because what's going to happen? You're going to keep reaching and keep on reaching out of it. Burn the book and move on. Unless you've burned that book, you cannot move on. You have to burn it. Every day in our own lives, we have a new chapter. We write a chapter every single day, whether it's with a friend, whether it's with a loved one, whether it's with your family, or even just yourself. You as a person write a chapter every single day. But my advice is, if the abuse is so harsh, I stuck out with the marriage, because I was one of those people that said, no, I'm not going to ask for the divorce, because I want to see if I can make this work. But, when you come to a point where you can't anymore, then get out of it. Get out of it before it's too late. Unfortunately, I ended up in a hospital twice, just because I was too stubborn, in the sense of I wanted to make it work and give the person the benefit of the doubt. Yet I only set myself up for failure. Did it open my eyes? Yes. Did it open my eyes and seeing signs before that happened? Yes. And when you do see those signs, get just get out. Don't even think of participating in it. Don't even think of fueling it. Just cut your losses and move on. Close the book, burn it, open a new book.
Oh, Johnny, what can I say? First of all, that's one person to be through, and I thank you so much for coming on and sharing that. I wholeheartedly believe in the reason I picked this type of show is because I know that each one of us has been through something that can help someone else. And the fact that you are so open on here and on the platform and willing to help people is amazing. You started talking and I'm like, don't cry, don't cry. And I'm like, don't start because I've been through some stuff too, and it's not the easiest thing, and it is hard to get out of because you do believe that the person could change because you have seen the good in them, but that bad
It is
definitely.
hard, when I was and I'll finish with this. When I was after my paralyzation, and I was literally 6.5 years old, so I had to learn from scratch how to walk again through physiotherapy, and I was about 4.5 months into physiotherapy where I could literally crawl. Sometimes I could stand up for like 2 or 3 seconds and then I'll fall down because the muscles are not strong enough. So in South Africa, we have what we call housemaids, and they're native. Um, so we had one that lived in the outside rooms, and I don't know what happened, but she started sexually molested me while I was recovering for about 2 years. And you know how do you? I kept that quiet for over 40 years. And when I came on the app and somebody came in my box, this was almost 3 years ago. Um, Came in my box and had a gun against his head. I was like, oh my gosh, you know. And this guy literally put the gun down and said, Donnie, I've been in your stream for about a week and a half. And because of your positive attitude and you willing to help people, despite of what you went through, just saved my life. And that same day, while he was in the box, I came clean about my molestation, which I never told anyone. For men, it's hard because, don't get me wrong here, I'm not discriminating. For men, it's hard because we are supposed to be men. Um, we're not supposed to complain. We're not supposed to show emotions. We're not supposed to. We're supposed to be men. We're supposed to be the strong ones. We're supposed to be the ones that, um, help others. Yeah, I agree. But let me tell you, through that day when that guy was in my box, I realized that we as men are just the same as women. We're all humans. We all have emotions. So why should men keep quiet and not have their voices being heard? And that's when I made the choice to say, okay, the hell with it. I'm going to open up, and I did. And I'll tell you, it was the best feeling of my life to get that burden off you. So what I'm telling the guys is that don't ever, ever be afraid of talking about stuff that bothers you, because we are also human. And don't settle for that abuse, because that's the same as abuse. You know, we as men are going through that abuse by saying that you cannot. We have a sword over our heads saying that you are men. You can't be doing. You can't show emotions. You can't cry. I'm sorry to tell you, but that's wrong. We all have emotions. We all have emotions. Show it. Don't be hiding. And don't be afraid to ask for help. That's one of my biggest fears, is asking for help. I can't ask people for help. Even on year, I don't ask people for anything. And sometimes you got to put your pride in your pocket and reach out, because there are people that can help. Um, but it starts with you. It starts with you as a person. And the same with the abuse. Don't hesitate to go and talk to someone just because you're a guy. And the same for women. Many women, more women gets abused than men. More children gets abused than men. Um, don't be ashamed. Don't feel ashamed in order to reach out, because of the situation.
Right.
So
Oh, okay. And you guys, thank you, Don. That being said, I don't mean to tear up, but I feel everything you said today. On a little bit more of a positive note, let's try to switch over to some smiles here. When can we catch you streaming? When can we find you?
I stream at night, during the week. I stream at night from 7 p.m. Eastern till 9 p.m. Eastern because of my work schedule. I work nights. I sleep during the day. I am weekends off, so on weekends I am longer on stream. I usually try and go on late afternoon, till whenever, whether it's early in the morning or doesn't matter. Um, but yeah, I mean, feel free. I'm always willing to help people and, um, have some fun. I've done some crazy stuff on streams just to make people smile, because Lily knows, Jay knows, there's some people in here that knows me very well. I'm not afraid to have fun on here.
Mm-mm.
I do have serious conversations on my streams because I feel it's necessary, and it also it entitles on who feels what for that day. I have an open stream. People can come in and they can. It's their stream too. It's not just my stream.
Right.
Um, if we do talk about a situation and I get emotional, then yes, I am going to get emotional, and I am going to get emotional with you guys, because we're all humans. We're all supposed to stand together, and that hasn't happened lately in humankind. In the last decade, people don't know how to stand together anymore.
Mm.
You know, um, so I'm here for positive vibes. I'm not here for drama. You guys are always welcome in my stream. Um, yeah, that's me. I love you guys.
Yes. For those of you guys just tuning in, I'm really you're watching Lessons Learned. We just had an amazing, a very amazing and emotional message from Donnie here. You guys, if you haven't hit him with the favorite, please do so. Donnie, I'll let you hop out of the box. Thank you so much. You guys, please go visit him. Show him some love. Mwah. Thank
Welcome.
you
Love you guys.
so much.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you for being here. Okay, let's put the comments back on. I don't even know the tears, the makeup. I don't even know what's going on. Like, holy cow. So Vampy, we're gonna give me about 5 minutes here. I'm gonna ask one of these questions. We just do a little bit of an intermission, and then you're on. You stay in the box. I'll give you a heads up before I give you the okay in. I am gonna turn this fan off really quick. As much as the dog loves it, I am freezing. So, okay, sorry about that. Thank you for the People's Choice Awards. You guys, did anybody else like feel that? Did anybody else like, I'm a little like, a little like all over the place with that. My emotions are everywhere. I am like, do not cry, do not cry. I still want to cry because I feel that staying positive, and I feel that killing them with kindness. I wholeheartedly believe that. No, don't be sorry. It's empowering, Donnie. It's empowering. I'm not alone. You're not alone. We're not alone, Donnie. We are not alone, And I think that's from my biggest lesson with talking to you and this is we are not alone. We are not alone. you don't know much about me. I don't go much into those stories for reasons because I get like this very, very easily. But I have no problem if somebody does want to come in and talk serious. I'll open up. I have no problem. I am an open book. And if you've been in my stream, you know that. I share a lot. I don't keep secrets. I'm very forward. So if there's something that's bothering you and you've been through stuff, please don't ever hesitate to ask me. And if you don't want to do it in the stream, I have an IG account, Instagram, Silly Lilly 721. You can send me a message there. Okay. For those of you just tuning in, we just had an amazing message from Top Badge Donnie. He came in and he shared a lot about mental and physical and sexual abuse. And it takes a lot to get on and talk about that stuff. So I just want to thank him again. You guys, please make sure you hit him with that favorite as well. Check out his stream, show him the love, show him the support. He deserves it. I can't get my brain functioning right now. So let's see. I'm gonna kind of do something that puts us in more of a positive mindset, because my heart is like beating so fast right now. And then after this, we're gonna have Vampy come in, but we're gonna go ahead. We're gonna read this card. And we're going to have Vampy. You're going to do amazing too. I told you guys, I felt it when Emoji J came in and he's like, Donnie and Vampy. And Vampy, I didn't know you, but I was like, Vampy, ooh, I love it, you know? And then I looked you up and I was like, she's adorable. It's going to be great. So I'm excited, you know? So here we go. Achieving a goal is nothing. The getting there is everything. Let me say that again for those of you in the back, okay? Achieving a goal is nothing. The getting there is everything. What journey toward a goal has been most satisfying? What has been your most satisfying journey? I have my oldies jamming in the background, guys. Sorry. Power is the Nick G says the power is in the journey rather than the destination. Yes. Learning along the way. Yeah. So I'm going to be honest. My longest going journey so far on this crazy thing called life has been raising my children. Now, there's moments where I am like, oh my God. And my son is in my phone as the spawn. Okay? The spawn, as in the spawn of Satan, because I love him wholeheartedly. I do. But there's moments, you know, it's just he's given me call them my WT bad word wrinkles, you know, my what the wrinkles. And because I'm constantly, what are you doing? Why are you doing that? You know, and the forehead gets extra scrunched, and then this goes into the deep dwell in there, and you're just like, I don't get it. Teenage boys are gross, you know? Like, teenage girls are mean, teenage boys are gross. That's my final answer. But I think on my journey, I've learned that they really do take after us. They really do listen to us. And if we act all rearing in your face angry, guess what they give us back? Rear in your face anger, right? So Niner says, are you in his phone as Satan? I mean, I probably could be if you asked him. No, I'm Mama Bear. Because he knows no matter how mad he makes me, I will always be at his back like a mama bear is to protect her cub. And he knows that. He knows there's not one thing in this world, and that's where I think that's a whole nother show, but he knows that there's not one thing in this world he can do that I'm not going to be there. I might not agree with it. I may not like it, but he's still my son, and I will still hold his hand through whatever journey. I may not like the outcome. I may not like that stuff, but So that being said, Vampy, when you are ready, you let me know and I will accept you into the box, but I'm not going to push that button until you give me. All right. She says, let me in. I got to get this over with. She said, I'm so nervous. All right, you guys, welcome, Vampy. Hi.
Hi.
How are you?
Hi. Hi, great. How are you?
Good, good. So welcome. Um,
Thank you.
so what are we going to touch base on today? What is your life lesson, love?
So I'm gonna touch base on learning to forgive people who have done you wrong, especially like when you're in high school and you have these group of people in school that bullies you, constantly bullying you, or they telling lies on you that's not true because they don't know nothing about you. Just make up rumors saying that you're this and that when you're actually not because they don't know you. And so really being bullied throughout high school was really hard for me, pretty much. And they made fun of me how I looked, the way I dressed, how I talk. Um, no matter what I did, try to be a good person. They still try to make ways to break you down as a person as well. And the thing about it is, when I was growing up, when I was going to school, I have talking problems. Like I have speech impairments. Sometimes it makes me scared to talk in front of people, and I get nervous every time I think about it.
Don't be. I
And
I have a slight stutter too. If you watch me enough, you'll catch it. So
yeah, so like I really stutter a lot. Like when I was younger, I stuttered a lot. I'm like, oh my goodness, and it's like kind of I get embarrassed sometimes because like when people have they be like making fun of me at school, they like what you say type of English or whatever. I'm like I can't help how I talk because I was born this way. So
right.
and it's just been crazy. And
So
whenever I okay,
go ahead. Go ahead.
good.
You need me? Okay. So you said this was the kids in school, like when you were younger. First of all, if they made fun of the way you look, jokes on them now. Ha ha, you're gorgeous. Okay, we're just gonna throw it out. All right. It's a
Thank
beautiful
you.
smile. Okay. Kids are mean. I will tell you, little kids are mean. And I don't know, so they're mean because they're jealous and mean. No, they're just mean because they're mean.
Mm-hmm.
But I guess as a kid, I I too, I got the bullying too. I guess if you were a younger person now looking back, what would you tell your younger self? What message would you want your younger self to understand? Like, because looking back, obviously, I feel like I look at it a lot differently now than I did as a kid.
Mm-hmm.
But what message would you give your younger self about dealing with these bullies?
I would tell my younger self just forget what they say. You are who you are, and don't let them bring you down. You're a good person. Don't let their negative energy bring you down. Stay positive with it, and move on with your life. Pretty much.
Right, right. Um, I feel like I want to direct this towards the kids, but unfortunately, in the adult world, there's many bullies too.
Mm.
We deal with a lot of the
Oh,
trolls on
definitely.
here, a lot of the trolls on here, and they
Right.
poke the bear, and I I struggle too. But I have to remind myself, and I constantly tell myself, it's a jealousy thing. That's kind of how I get through it. I don't know if people really are or
Mm.
not, but that's how I'm like they're just jealous. They like my hair, they like my eyes, or they have to
Mm-hmm.
insult something because I mean, obviously they don't even have the confidence to get on the screen themselves. So to spit
Right.
the negative vibes, it's mind blowing, especially as an adult. Um,
Yeah.
as an adult, I guess, what would you say? Maybe, well, I guess maybe as a kid, what would you say you did for like your self care, self love? Did you have like your escape? Did you have your person you talked to, an activity you went to that everything it kind of just made everything else melt away?
So I started distancing myself from the other kids in school. I just stay by myself, sit by myself, keep my distance from them, read a book, listen to music. I developed been going to wrestling. We have wrestling companies in my area, and my mom she worked for wrestling down in town. So She got me in with helping set the ring crew and stuff like that, and we get to stay after building the ring. We get to stay out there and watch the show, and lots of like while we watch the show, a lot of anger stuff comes out. You know, like excitement and you know talking smack to the other wrestlers and all that good stuff. So it really helped me a lot throughout that
So
time
did
being a
you
bully throughout
wrestle or
high
did you
school.
just watch?
I just set up the wrestling ring and watch.
That's still exciting. I went to a lot of football games when I was in school. My big thing, my fun night out was the football games. But I didn't go to
Mhm.
like I didn't go to hang out. I went to watch the football. I was probably the only kid in school that went to watch the football. And then actually my junior and senior year, I ended up as an athletic trainer. So I was on the sidelines with the
Mm.
football team. And that's why I say this because I feel that where you're like, get them, go, and you're in the sidelines and you're feeling like part of the team, right?
That's me. I'm a cheerleader at wrestling. I'm a cheerleader that they never know they had at wrestling. That's for sure.
Um, So do you think that some of these things that these kids said, like have you been able to forgive them? Have you been able to just and not because of them, not for them, but for yourself? Because I
Hmm.
feel like being able to forgive the bullies has been my biggest thing, and I held on to it. I'm not gonna lie to you. It's only
Hmm.
been the last couple years that I've
Right.
forgiven my bullies. Um,
Right.
but
Yes. So like after graduating from high school, I learned not to hold grudges against them. Maybe they were just around the wrong crowd. Because I know someone who actually talks to me now that used to be one of my bullies as well. He said he was just going on the crowd because the things they said. He didn't know nothing about me. He felt bad about it. After knowing who I am now and who I was, he felt terrible about it. And we started slowly building up friendship now and stuff like that. So I don't hold grudges against them.
I like I said,
Yeah.
that's awesome because that's a huge part of just accepting that kids are kids, and even though it's hard,
Hmm.
you're able to keep that positive mindset, and that's awesome. And it's hard, and you're a lot younger than
Yeah.
I am, and you figured it out. So that's you've got an amazing
I'm
future.
23.
What does self-love look like for you today? I like to ask that question, only because I didn't do enough self-love in my life. And so that's kind of something I like to ask everybody who's been through challenges.
Well, to me, self love is loving who you are and how you're built, the the amazing part of you, your personality, and all that good stuff that makes you as a person, and keeping that positive mindset and all that good stuff.
Right, right. That's awesome. I've got my list of stuff. I'm sorry. I'm not ignoring you. I've got my
It's okay.
book of magic
It's
tricks.
okay.
I'm like, what do I want to know next? What do I want to know next? Do you think that
It's okay.
as you've gotten older, the relationship with yourself has grown into a much stronger relationship, like you're much more powerful?
Definitely, definitely. Now I have a voice of my own.
That's,
Not in a mean
that's,
way, but the nicest way it could be. Like I tell some people off in a nice way, not in a harmful way, but in a nice way.
stand your ground, right?
I
Stand your
don't like
ground,
being
right?
mean. I'm not that kind of person. I don't like being mean at all.
Right.
But yeah, I have my own voice for myself now.
I do you think that talking about it has made it easier to get through things versus like work? Because I know for like I said, for years I didn't really talk about it. I kept it
Yeah.
bottled up, if they don't talk about it, it didn't happen.
Hmm.
But it really just kind of grew into a stronger like voice
Yeah.
in my ear. And then talking about it's made it easier. Do you think that talking about it has made it easier for you?
Yeah, I believe talking about it, I had told a lot of people that I was close with after high school or my new adult friends, I put it that way. I told them about it and they literally gave me some key points of how uh, to forgive them and never forgetting. I never forgot what they did, but I don't hold it against them. You know what I mean? I don't like go at their throats because of it.
Right. What's one of the key ways that you were able to forgive, I guess? What, like, because I think that that's probably something a lot of us is going about it. It's a
Okay,
struggle.
so the person that I mentioned about that was contacting me, that was one of my bullies. I asked him questions like, "Why did you do this? What made you do it?" And like all the personal questions like, "Why would you think it was okay to bully me? Because you don't know who I am." And we talked it out, and he apologized for what he did. He told me why he did it because other kids was doing it. So he thought he just wanted to fit in. And I get it, like lots of people in high school, you don't have this certain group of people and it's hard to fit in and be like, oh, they're getting bullied or whatever. I might would just join this crowd and help them bully her or whatever. So yeah, it was a process. I'll put it that way.
Yeah.
It was a
I think that for that feeling that you're describing right there is one of my biggest things with both of my children. My son didn't follow so much, but my daughter, I don't, she's not to bully. She's to stand with those being bullied. And if I find out somebody's being bullied and she didn't stand up for them to stop it, she
Mm-hmm.
gets in just as much trouble as the bully. And she didn't
Right.
understand it till she was the one getting bullied and nobody stood up for her.
Mm-hmm.
And she went, Mom,
Right.
now I get it. And I said, I don't want you to stand in the middle of it. I said, it's as simple as going to tell the teacher or something. I'm not saying involve yourself in
Right.
the issue by any means. Please make sure I
Right.
clarify that. But if you're on the playground and someone's saying something, that's not nice. I don't think that that's something you should say
Right.
to somebody. And then you walk away. And to the person being picked on, that gives them hope, like okay, somebody
Mm-hmm.
does actually care, rather than my children don't
Right.
understand 10 to 11 is the only time you can't call me on Fridays. Even pay $30 a month for a house phone for emergencies so they can call the house phone.
I'm
They
dead.
still blow my phone up. So thank you for this powerful message. I hope that I didn't bother you with some of the questions. I,
No, it's good.
I like to learn. And I'm genuinely curious
Mhm.
because I know we've all had our battles and we've all had to face so
Oh
many
yeah,
things that
definitely.
we so
um, okay, that's
breathing and
funny.
breathing and breathing. Okay, so you guys, first of all, I mean to make sure everybody make sure you're hitting Vampy with a favorite. If you are just tuning in, we have had two of the most powerful messages to date. We had Vampy coming in talking about and pretty much being bullied and outgrowing it. And I mean, she's got jokes on them now, like I told her, with a smile like that, screw them. Um, and then Donnie came on and God, per usual, he blows my mind. And, this time he even brought tears to my eyes, um, talking about all different forms of abuse and fighting through those
Mhm.
challenges and those battles. But Vampy, please tell us where we can find you or when we can find you on so we can come check out your streams.
Well, I don't have a schedule when I go live. Sometimes it be random, based on random streams. But tonight I'm gonna put this in. Magician Bob has a show. His show's coming back tonight. 7
Who is
p.m.
it?
EST. Called Beyond Magic. Yeah, Magician Bob.
Magician Bob. Ooh.
Yeah, so he have a show tonight, Friday night at 7 p.m. EST, where he do magic tricks, and I kind of need like 2 more guesses for the show. I've been asking all day,
Send me a message
and
on
so
IG and I'll see what I might be able to help. Send me a message on IG after the show. Okay.
okay,
I'm not
and
100% sure. I have to check my calendar on my phone. But
mhm,
I think I'm good this Friday. I think or tonight. I think
and
so. Yeah, so she's a random streamer, but she does stream. So you guys please hit her with a favorite so you can see her on Find Some Love. We're gonna try to check out Magician Bob
Magician
at
Bob,
9 Eastern. He's on the app as well. Magician Bob, as you can
hmm
Emoji J
and
put
it's
it.
featured.
It is a featured show. Oh, yay. So yeah,
I'll let Emoji J do the rest of the announcement.
Thank you so much. Oh, you're gorgeous. The message is powerful and amazing, just like you are.
Thank you.
Mwah, mwah, mwah.
And also Saturday night at 7 p.m. EST is Magician Boss birthday, which is tomorrow. So y'all want to come show out for his birthday tomorrow.
Yeah.
Make sure to tune in for that.
Yes, thank you, thank you. All right, Vampy, thank you so much. Beautiful. Oh, you guys.
Much love.
My heart is so full. I don't. My heart is so full. Go ahead, Emoji J. Come on in. I'm gonna cry when I get off of this. It's just when this show ends, it's gonna be tears. Okay. So just be ready for them because they've been held back. They're happy tears, but still are like, you know, whatever. Yeah. Nine, right? Nine. I think that's 9. Nice. That would be awesome. She literally it just got sent in. I have got to give her a headshot and my design and go from there. Just it's literally, thank you, beginning stages. So well, they do that. They do that. Okay. Okay. I don't know. Okay. I don't know all your shows yet. I'm sorry. Guys, on the show, go to meet me emoji J on me on IG. Emoji J meet me on IG and send him a message. Emoji J. What was it again? Design. Okay. All right. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. Oh my God. You guys, does anybody in here have any questions or comments or anything that you guys want to go over from that show? That was like, I honestly have so much going on in my brain right now. I don't even know where to begin, and I sure can't cover it in a matter. 7 times. So you guys are tuned into Lessons Learned with me, Silly Lilly. We are here every Friday morning from 10 to 11. Oh, thank you so much to Donnie and to Vampy for being on. You guys, the messages today were amazing. If you were here from, or if you missed the beginning, let me know. Reach out to me on IG and I will send you a copy of the show because you need to hear it all. If you missed it, you need to hear it. End of story. The messages from both of them today were phenomenal. Like I said, I'm feeling all kinds of heartstrings on the inside. But I like to try to end things on definitely somewhat of a positive note. And my question to you, and what I want to leave you with at the end of this show today is, and the trouble is, if you don't risk anything, you risk even more. And the trouble is, if you don't risk anything, you risk even more. What is the greatest risk you've ever taken? And if you don't have an answer now, I am going to start next week off with this same question. We're going to start that. We're going to end it with one and move it into the next week. So you don't have to answer now, because I will ask this again. So that is a great tip, Emoji J. I am going to post this. That's a great idea. And I could just take a picture of it. It's all simple. Emoji J, that's why you're here. Talking about my life publicly. Yeah. Yeah, for sure, Donnie. Talking about your life publicly, made a career of hunting, starting your own business. Boopty said starting her own business. Fiam says he's got a career in hunting. All right, so one last time, I will say, and the trouble is, if you don't risk anything, you risk even more. What is the greatest risk that you've taken? You guys, you've tuned in today from 10 to 11 to watch me, Lily, host Lessons Learned. We had Donnie and we had Vampy, and I just want to thank them one last time before I head out of here. You guys, keep your head up. Remember, you are loved, you are beautiful, and I am here for you if you need anything. You guys have a wonderful rest of your Friday. Enjoy your weekend. Bye, guys.